Hello everybody and welcome to another Peteman Reviews. Today we have the Unique Toys robot Savage Ball, otherwise known as the Transformers Tantrum. As you can see, here is Tantrum in his bull mode, together with his backpack, which forms a pretty big gun. Tantrum comes with quite a bit of accessories, particular sword, missile launcher, and a gun. The missile launcher and the gun do form together into one weapon for Predaking. Now, the backpack here is quite obviously Predaking's foot. That just detaches as normal. Once that's detached, you can see exactly how that will become a foot. So in the meantime, let's look at the bull itself. Obviously you need to make a tail come up, otherwise it won't work. In terms of the actual bull, that's quite a decent figure. We'll just zoom in a little bit on there. That's quite a decent figure. The mouth moves up and down. You've got in and out. You've got pretty good articulation in his legs. That said, they do look a little bit funny like that, but it works quite well. It allows for quite a good movement. You can pose him quite well, make him look like he's running, and you can also, as you can see, the colour scheme is good, very, very true to the original. As with most Unique toys, they're not the easiest to transform. Usually because some of the joints are very tight, sometimes the transformation a little bit difficult to follow. However, we'll have a go. So, to begin with, you need to move these legs. Now, this does all pop off. It does have various bits like that. See, there's a ball joint there, and that pops off there. Quite why they have all that, I don't know, because his legs actually just fold up like that. And that's all you need to do for the legs. Tail goes back in like that. These are his front feet, so they flip out again, and there we go. The robot, see, he's then got these little samurai parts on here, in keeping with the general Predacon motif. His waist does move, but you don't need to worry about it for the transformation. Head-wise, the head rotates up like so, and then you can see his head in there. You just need to rotate that around. Oops, sorry, there we are. So that's the head. Why is that? Sorry, that's why. It's the complete head like that. I don't quite know what I'm apologising for. It looks a bit weird, I guess. I mean, I know it's accurate. It just looks a bit weird, but there we go. As for the arms, you can see there's his hand in there. So what you need to do now, these are where it gets tricky. Particularly as this particular version, the instructions I got were actually for Headstrong, Ironhead, and not for Tantrum. So we'll see how we do with the arms. Now that flips out like that. So you flip that like that. The legs, there's not really very much you can do with the legs. Best bit I find is to rotate them like that. And there we go. So it kind of looks like with his arms, he's got shields, which I suppose is quite a good look actually. There we go. Same thing on this one then. So what you want to do is flip this down. So you've got hand there, that there, flip down like that, so that it's all exposed like that. That flips around like that. You rotate that arm like that. Back leg, what you want to have here, you see that joint there, it needs to go like that so it flips up. And there we are. Waist does move inside and out, around like that. I have a feeling that this should extend, but it doesn't seem to be. Never mind. It just looks a bit short. There we are. I thought it looked a bit short. I know you couldn't see that, so we'll do it on this leg. The legs pull out like that. It's one of those things, you know, when you look at them, you're thinking, it doesn't look quite right. And these two arms, if you have them up like that, they just rotate down. There we are. So that is Tantrum in his robot mode. Now he actually has more weapons than he has hands. So you can put him with a gun. So you've got the peg into there. It's a pretty firm pretty tight slot, to be perfectly honest with you. Very tight slot. In fact, that doesn't seem to be going in. Let's try it on the other side. So, in there, for whatever reason, it does go in. It's just a very, very tight slot. Possibly with the guard up doesn't help. And then you can give him a sword. All Predacons come with a sword. It's pretty good. Or just for a change, we'll take away his sword and give him the missile launcher. Just because, you know, it seems to suit him a bit more. The guns come out, but you could attach the gun on here, for example, and create one heck of a weapon and give him a sword as well. There we go, that's quite a decent look for him. So just zoom a bit on there. So there we are, so that's Tantrum. As you can see, he's got his missile and gun in one hand, with the sword in the other. The head, I don't really like the head, to be perfectly honest. It's obviously, that's the way it is. There's not a lot you can do about it. You know, it rotates, you can do that. That looks silly, do that. It's just, I don't know, it just doesn't work. It just looks, it's obviously, it's accurate. It just doesn't work, and I think that's perhaps a problem with the character. No peripheral vision. Compare him to our trusty Thundercracker and Prowl. So, again, Tantrum compares very favourably with Thundercracker. Prowl feels a little undersized, but that is the scale he was released at. Thundercracker and Prowl are the correct scale when they were released. Tantrum is just taller than them. I say, it feels like a good scale to me with Thundercracker. And if we just take away Prowl, Thundercracker, the actual robot itself is a good colour scheme, do with the orange. Whereas we saw that Headstrong with the red and the yellow, which is also a good colour scheme, and also with Razorclaw, who is also red and yellow, Tantrum is more of the Predacon orange. And it looks good, it works well. As a robot, he doesn't feel too big, he doesn't feel too unbalanced. The arms are easier to transform than some of the others. Those of you who saw me struggle with Headstrong can easily see how much simpler that was. It would have helped if he had come with the correct instructions in his box, so I have had to work this out myself. That said, you know, it's not exactly a hardship, and it works quite well. So there's one more form left to show you, and that is to transform him into his combined bone for Predaking. So obviously he doesn't need his weapons for this. So to begin with, legs in, feet in like that, legs hooked together. Now I don't know if you can see this. You think you can do. So they've got that slot there, and then you've got that hook there, and the two joined together to create quite a nice hit. You can probably hear that click. You then want the samurai bits up, and the legs will just go back in. You can then put them back down again. The only reason I put them up is just in case it caught on it and you don't really want to cause any damage to your toy. Head like that, and that is the right way round for it. Now, you've got a ratchet joint here. It's not as stiff as the other one, but you can hear that ratchet up. That is the connector pin that goes into Razorclaw. So you want a good firm joint with that. Now we've got to deal with his arms. So just move these up so that they're out of the way. That hooks in. Now remember, we just need to turn it around so it's flat like that. This then exposes a tab there, which doesn't seem to have a corresponding tab on the other side. Most annoying. You would think that would have a tab there, but it doesn't, so that's thrown me a bit. I was expecting to see a tab there. Never mind. Okay. Now this is where it all falls apart, and you all sit there going, how is this guy possibly doing a video when he doesn't know what he's doing? Well, it's a learning for us all, I'm afraid to say, but never mind. I personally think that this tab here goes into here. and the arm goes up like that because, you see, yeah, I thought so. So what you saw there, that went in there, that goes there, tab into there. There we go. His legs don't really have a home. It's not a design flaw, that's how they are. That's the best bit for them, and that arm just flips back down. So, do the same on this side, and again, hopefully we can demonstrate things a little bit more clearer, so that you don't sit there going, oh my god. Those of you who have this toy, and have competently shown how to deal with it, comment and let me know, because they do take a lot of practice, and it's quite good when you get them transformed, but you do feel a bit of an idiot while you're trying to do it. I would point out these are all take number 1, just so we will get that feeling. You can all see that it's not just, I could sit and refine this for ages and ages, but that doesn't show you exactly the same trauma that you go through. It's not really trauma, but it's almost, if you don't actually show how these things are changed, then you're never going to know quite how they work. You can go through things nice and smoothly and it look wonderful, but that's not really Transformers, is it? Transformers is transforming, finding out how it works. Try not to break them, and at least it's one thing I do say very strongly for unique toys, is they are designed so that if you do over pressurise them, they pop off and you can just pop them back on. Whereas the older toys, if you put too much pressure on them, they broke. That was it. You don't have a toy anymore. So part of this is trying to work out how they work. As you can see, while I've been whittering on about this, we have now transformed him into Predaking's leg. Very good full manoeuvrability here. If you wanted to, you don't have to, but if you really wanted to, you could extend him like that, makes him even taller, even more jointed. I suggest you probably don't, because it makes the toy a little bit loose then, or the robot a little bit loose for Predaking. So there we are, a good model. It works really well. You can transform them properly, you can talk endlessly about them, but whatever way, once it's done, and it looks really good. So thank you very much for watching. Please leave any comments below and click on the other links, and we'll see you for the next one. Thank you. Goodbye.